All right, we are back. We are live, and we are having a hell of a time. I'm Dave Rothenberg, and this is Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession. Want to run? We have a lot to do today. I mean, a lot. We got new graphics. The guys were here early. They were building, working hard, building graphics. We have a lot of stuff to get into today. Of course, the genesis of all of it is the common theme of every show is the New York Giants, and that's very unfortunate that that's the common theme for every show. Anyhow, you know me at this point, right? We're good friends. We're old friends. I'm Dave Rothenberg. This is Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession. Maybe you're stumbling. Maybe you're stumbling upon, you're on YouTube, you're looking around, you click on this, you say, what's this about? I'll tell you. All right. And how you can follow and how you consume, and that's terrific. Apple Podcasts, we're right around the corner with that. So hang on, stay tuned. We're going to get there. Social media, Instagram, TikTok, on both platforms, DR Giants Obsession, right? That's Instagram and TikTok, DR Giants Obsession. On Twitter, DRNYGO. And I got some Twitter news for you that I'll get into a little bit later in the show. Spotify, Dave Rothenberg Giants Obsession, Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession, and YouTube. Okay. And the number continues to, I don't want to say skyrocket, but it continues to improve show after show after show. Coming into today's show, and it's very easy for you to like us, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're at 1,329. So the goal for 1,500 and then 2,000 and then I think 5,000, we're going to paint Steve's face, which will be fun. 10,000 maybe we're going to, I don't know, at some point we slap Nico. There's a lot of like benchmarks to get to, but there's a lot of reason for excitement. Oh, and at some point also we're going to shave Steve's head bald live on this show. So we have a lot to do today. We're still disappointed. We're still recovering. And it's my own fault as much as anybody else's because I'm watching that game. And the Giants gave you hope yesterday, which kind of stunk too. Hope, when you really don't have reason to have hope, makes things very difficult. But the Giants came out yesterday and they stopped the Saints and then they scored a touchdown. And then they stopped the Saints and then they scored a touchdown. And then the Saints kicked the field goal in the interim and it's 14-3. And you think to yourself, boy, oh boy. They're gonna crush them. Like I actually had the thought, and I apologize to all you guys in advance. I actually had the thought of they're gonna crush them. 14-3, second quarter. Giants look really good. I mean, Jackson Dart is running, is throwing, is making Theo Johnson look like a legitimate stud tight end in this league. And away we go. And Scadaboo is running, and the athleticism. You see all the reason that there's been excitement leading up to the game, even sitting here at 1-3. And then Saints go down, kick a field goal. Fine, 14-6. Saints get the ball. Giants, I thought, did a good job pinning them deep at their 12. First play, Spencer Rattler. Now, you say, Spencer Rattler, remind me of him. Spencer Rattler going into the game yesterday was the winless in his NFL career, Spencer Rattler. So he checks that off the bucket list. Goes right side, Rashid Shaheed catches it. Newman took a weird route, takes it. He's one of the faster players in the NFL. You knew the second he caught it, he's gone. He caught it, he's gone. 14-13. You know what? Okay. It's a blown coverage. Secondary has not been good, which is a surprise. I didn't think it would be great. I didn't think it would be this level of disastrous. But here we are, 14-13. Giants get the ball. They're moving down the field. Giants get midfield. First down. Go for it on a fourth down. And then Dart drops back, hits Darius Slayton, first down. And as he's running, I think to myself, we're going to get, slow motion and how just things happen in your life. And it's slow. It's like, I'm thinking, I won't speak that slow. That's a first down. They're going to get points. Saints won't get the ball back. And by the time I finish with my slow motion thoughts, Slayton has fumbled. Saints have the ball. They go down, kick a field goal, and for the first time this season, the Saints take a lead in a game. And you may be in the midst of work and you're taking notes and you're at some big accounting firm. You're like, you're at the 3, over to 7. What? Did he just say for the first time this season, Saints take the lead in a game? That's right. For the first time this season, late stages, first half. So 4.5 games. And for the first time, the Saints take the lead. And they go up 16-14. You know what? Okay. All right. They come down, second half, field goal, 19-14. Okay. I feel okay. Giants have turned the ball over a couple times, but not the end of the world. Giants come back down the field. They're gonna, and again, they're gonna take the lead. They're gonna score a touchdown. They're gonna be good in the red zone now. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line of the Saints. They run it with Scatterbo. You feel good about that, even if he gets nothing, gets hit right away, right? Not the end of the world. That's fine. Gets hit, fumbles, picked up, back the other way, touchdown, 26-14, game, set, match. So a couple things to unwind here, to unpack here. You gave the Saints their first lead of the season. Once they get the lead, they never relinquish the lead, and they scored 23 unanswered points. And the cherry on top, you got the ice cream, you got the fudge, you have the whipped cream, and then you pop cherries on top, right? Pop, pop, pop cherries. The cherry on top is that you turn the ball over not once, not twice, not 3, not 4, 5 consecutive possessions. Do you understand how difficult it is to clean up, to be able to do that? 5 straight possessions, the Giants turn the ball over. Here's the truth of the matter. The Saints are not a good football team. But here's the secret of all of it. Neither are the Giants. You just thought the Giants would. I guess this is the way you go into a game like that. You think to yourself, I just hope we suck less than they do. And the answer was yesterday, the Giants did not suck less than the Saints. Although, and I got a lot of emails about this and a lot of Twitter interaction about this. Oh, I mean, can you calm down with Jackson Dart now? Clearly, he's not the quarterback that you think he is or thought he was. I thought Dart played fairly well. Now, of course, you need to clean up the turnovers. Too many turnovers. That's a problem. You want him to not take the punishment. That's a theme that we've discussed for quite some time now. But I thought Jackson Dart, he's got it. Like he might be going to battle with about the worst weapons that any team has offensively in the NFL. And I think they were bottom third with Malik Neighbors. But now you lose Malik Neighbors. I mean, come on. I mean, it's Wan'Dale Robinson. It's Darius Slayton. It's Theo Johnson. It's Daniel Bellinger. It's Bo Collins. And it's Jalen Hyatt. You find a team. You pick a team. I mean, think the Jets have Garrett Wilson. The Jets receivers look like the triplets from the Washington Redskins back in the day. I mean, it looks like the fun bunch. I mean, come on. The Giants receivers and weapons are as bad as any team, probably worse than any team in the NFL. Look, I mean, pick a team. Who are the worst teams? The Titans, Calvin Ridley. I mean, right off the bat, we're done. I mean, Panthers, Ted McMillan, Xavier Legette, done. I mean, you look at a team. Chargers, no way. Raiders, no. Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers. It's not even close. It's not even close. That's how bad the Giants' weapons are right now. So you are taking a kid who's making his second ever NFL start and pushing him into the deep end of the pool with no life preserver, no life raft, no jacket, nothing. Saying, go ahead, go figure out a way to make this work. And for a while he did. And then he took on water, and then it got away, and it got away terribly. But do I think that Jackson Dart was awful? No, I don't. Do I want him to throw the football 40 times? No. Do I want him to run it 7 times? Is a lot. But you're going to win based on what you get from Jackson Dart. So we rip the Band-Aid right off, and away we go. Can this group clean things up is the question. And the answer is, I don't know. I mean, again, you look at the schedule, and it's unforgiving. It's as unforgiving a schedule as I've ever seen for a team. And when the schedule came out in May, we sat here and said, that's got to be a win, right? Saints are going to be really bad. That's got to be a win. And I told you all week leading up to this game, all week, and I argued with Steve, my producer on this show. I said, I don't feel great about this. And I went as far as saying, I don't know that the Giants are going to win. Steve, in fact, I think the Giants are going to lose. He said, I want to make a graphic out of that. I want to turn this into a big. I said, no, I don't want to do that. But I'm just telling you, I don't feel good at all about this game. See, sometimes when you have children, sometimes as a parent, you can see the future and you know what's going to happen. You know that this is not a good situation that you're sending your kids out into. The Giants are my children. They are. I mean, I've been involved. I haven't missed a Giants game in 48 years. 48 years. I haven't missed a game. Funerals, weddings, you name it. Bar mitzvahs, whatever the case may be, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I haven't missed a game in 48 years. Sometimes I knew this was a bad spot for this team. And I was pleasantly surprised and pleasantly excited at what I saw from the first 20 minutes, but I just had a bad feeling about this game. So you say, all right, take the week, get back to it. Next Sunday, no. Today's Monday, Thursday, get back at it. And how do you get back at it? This is no soft landing spot. This is not, you're 1-4. Welcome in the Carolina Panthers on Thursday night. No. This is one of the better teams in the NFL. You could argue this is the best team in the NFL. On Thursday, coming off a loss, mind you, the Giants are rewarded by getting the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Now, mind you, Philadelphia led 17-3 yesterday. 17-10, 17-16. Sean Payton, because he got big you-know-whats, right? Decides to go for 2 down 1, hits the 2. They kick a field goal. They score 18 unanswered in Philadelphia. Beat the Eagles, handing them their first loss of the season, 21-17. So now Philadelphia has lost a game, has a short trip to the Meadowlands to take on the Giants, and they were embarrassed yesterday. It feels like a great setup for really great things for the Giants this coming week. And on top of that, we'll get to this as we run through the week. Saquon, how if this wasn't Nick Sirianni, who's had a lot of success, you would say this coach should be fired. How many carries did Saquon Barkley get yesterday? You say, well, what would a low number be? 15? Well, that would be embarrassing, right? Like if Saquon, who's as good a running back as they're in the league, gave you 15 carries, that'd be embarrassing. No. 10 would be shocking. 10, no, it can't be 10. He had to have more than 10. No. He had not, no. Saquon he carried the ball 8 times, no. But he was hurt, no. Saquon Barkley carried the football 6 times yesterday. How could you have a weapon like Saquon and let him touch the football, running the football 6 times? So you could put the over-under on like 24.5. He's going to get the ball a ton, and the Giants' run defense is not great. And Thursday might be one of those you want to forget it as quickly as humanly possible. So we have a new feature, a new little nuggets that we're going to throw out into the show. And I kind of thought of it, not that it's any kind of a gem because it's being done all over the place, but I think we have fun with it. And that is the Mount Rushmore. And it's just not Mount Rushmore of, best quarterbacks, best team. We can do whatever we want. So we're going to incorporate this segment into the show, and it's going to be the Mount Rushmore segment. And it can be best wide receivers, best quarterback you trust with 2 minutes to go, best head coaches, best coach you would want to start your franchise from zero. Like, we can go anywhere. This week, because it was late, I think I'm lazy a little bit. And I think also Nico tends to be a little bit lazy. Nico, before I get to my Mount Rushmore, you would agree that in your DNA, there's a tad of laziness. Is that correct?
Sure.
But do you not? You can argue with
me. I think I'm not. I mean, I'm a little lazy. Sometimes I'm a little lazy.
Yeah. And you come from lazy stock, like your family. You come from lazy family, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Everyone.
Because you've told me off the air, and I don't know if you wanted me to bring this on the air, but you've told me off the air, my dad is very lazy.
Right? Yeah, it's gonna go great. That's gonna go over well tonight when I get home.
I'm not looking to make friends. I've never met your dad. I'm sure he's a great guy, but you have told me. I think. Hang on, I've written here. Quote: my dad is lazy. Yep. Is what I have written down. So you said it, and I took it down. And maybe I shouldn't have brought it to air, but I thought it'd be entertaining at this very moment. What was that? Oh, your Yankees look good, by the way. Congratulations on that. That looks terrific so far for you.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. They were only outscored by 1,100 runs in the first 2 games. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what was I saying? Oh, so we were somewhat lazy in this week's or this edition of the Mount Rushmore, and we just did teams, right?
Yeah, best NFL teams right now.
In no order, correct?
No order. Across the board, these are the 4 best teams in the league.
Okay, so no order. You could jumble them up, mix, match, whatever you want to do. We'll get to that in just a second. Also, questions, comments, get involved. You know how to do it on the YouTube stream. Like us, subscribe to us. We're at 1,329. Is that still accurate, or is it bumped up?
Yep, that is still accurate.
We've gained no followers since we started the show today.
0 followers since we started the stream.
This is your fault.
1 follower since we started the stream.
1330.
1330.
There we are. You know what? Baby steps.
Baby
1,330. I'll come
Absolutely.
back to you. Questions, comments. You rifle them through Nico, and we'll get to everything that's on the table with you guys. All right. So let's go. Let's bring up the Mount Rushmore. Right? This is what we have. The Mount Rushmore. We're ready to go. Launch it. Okay, here we go. Dave's Mount Rushmore best teams in the NFL in no order. So remember, week 1, they go into Green Bay, into Lambeau Field, and they get waxed. The Lions look, and how much conversation was there about, they lost Aaron Glenn. They lost Ben Johnson. They're not the same team. Something's wrong with the Lions. Yeah, in 1 week, week 1, something was very wrong with the Lions. They got taken behind the woodshed against the Packers, and they lost that game, and it did not look good. They scored 50-something in week 2 against the Bears, and they have not stopped rolling since then. And yesterday, they go into a putrid Cincinnati situation without Burrow. It's just not a very good team. Jake Browning is not good. He's a turnover machine, and they win comfortably again. Lions, they are a good football team, and their defense is healthier now. I mean, I think they're the best team in that division. I think it's, well, we'll as we move forward here, we'll kind of get into the inner workings of the NFC. I can't believe we sit here and say this, because how many years was it that you said, "Oh, the Lions, they stink. Well, the Lions are awful. Well, the Lions are a joke." I think until this Dan Campbell regime, the Lions won one playoff game in like 50 years, and that was 1991, and they beat the Cowboys at the Silverdome, and then they went on the road in the NFC Championship game. I think Eric Kramer is the quarterback. NFC Championship game on the road, took on Washington, and they got hammered. That's a Barry Sanders-led team. That's it. That won. Wayne Fonts, I believe, was the head coach of that team. One playoff win in 50 years. So Dan Campbell has done an unbelievable job. They are on my Mount Rushmore in the NFL. All right. Next up, the Buffalo Bills. Now, you say, did you watch the game last night? I did watch the game last night, and I thought the Bills played a very poor football game. That being said, they're going to win the division. We agree on that, right? They are probably going to wind up with home field throughout the postseason in the AFC. That would give you a bye and 2 games in Buffalo. Now, is it a foregone conclusion that they're going to go on to the Super Bowl? No. And their defense has real holes. But I thought offensively, I thought they were very meh last night. They trailed with 8 minutes to go. They trailed that game 20-10. Josh Allen leads them down, touchdown. Then they get the ball back, field goal, and they allow the long field goal with seconds left to lose that game 23-20. So I didn't love what I saw last night. And again, you can nitpick, like, and we'll continue along. Lions were awful week 1 and have been really good since. Bills, they were not good week 1. They had this monumental comeback, remember? And then last week at home against the Saints, they didn't look great. And yesterday, they lose on prime time, nationally televised. So, yeah, I understand why you would sit here and say there's flaws with that team. But herein lies the problem. There's not a team that I could bring up for the Mount Rushmore there's not flaws with. There's flaws with every team around the NFL. All right, next up, we go to the Bucs. The Bucs are living a good life, because how many teams do you look at and say to yourself, okay, they don't have this, they don't have that, they're without this receiver, they don't have that running back, easy excuses, they lose the game. The Bucs trail in every game, and Baker Mayfield, couldn't you imagine being a fan of the Cleveland Browns and having drafted Baker Mayfield? You kick him to the curb, he winds up on Carolina, he winds up on the Rams, he's not very good, he somehow lands in Tampa, and he turns himself into a star quarterback. Baker Mayfield right now is probably a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and that to me is nothing short of remarkable. Baker Mayfield is a top 5 quarterback or thereabouts in the NFL. So they have an elite running back in Bucky Irving. Can't play yesterday. No problem. They have one of the great receivers, consistent great receivers in the NFL. Mike Evans can't play yesterday. No problem. Right? 2 offensive linemen out. Can't play. No problem. Baker Mayfield is that level of special. They put up 38 points. They're sitting here at 4-1, and their only loss on the season, flip it, comes to the last team on Mount Rushmore. And it makes me nauseous to say the dirty Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the same thing with the Bills, but they lost yesterday. But come on, it's a good team. They're a very good team. And I think the Giants are walking into, no pun intended, a lion's den into this game on Thursday. Giants against the Eagles Thursday night. But the Eagles, they led 17-3. It almost feels like they're complacent, doesn't it? It almost feels like they need a higher level of difficulty to get over. You're up 17-3. You're rolling along. Things are easy, and you let it get away. And I don't think it takes anything away from them being one of the top 4 teams, one of my Mount Rushmore teams in the NFL. So, again, in no order. Bring it back up. I didn't say done. Bring it back up. In no order. And now, there it is. Eagles, Bucks, Bills, Lions. And I believe this will be a Monday staple, and we'll continue to update you on kind of the 4 best teams that we deem necessary in the NFL. All right, now you can wipe it away, and there you go. Simon didn't say at that point, Steve and Nico. Simon didn't say. All right, Nico, Steve, pop yourselves back in. We haven't even talked to you yet, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean,
you're a Jets fan. How is it possible? How is it? You're a Jets Yankees fan. How is it possible that on this Monday early afternoon in the New York area that you are doing great?
Because I'm just used to it, man. And it's crazy because I'm 22 years old and I'm used to it. Like my dad told me, he's like,
so serious thing now. Is it fair to say that you don't remember the Yankees winning a championship?
No, like not really.
Wow.
I wasn't really that like.
I mean, you were 6, right?
Yeah.
Yankees won in 09. We're 25, so it's 16 years ago. So you are of the generation that you just don't.
Lucky generation.
You just don't. And on top of that, the Jets haven't made the playoffs in your life. Like you have forget about like winning the whole thing. You have no idea what a playoff berth feels like.
No.
Wow, that is something.
But hey, man, there's one guy that could save New York, and you know who it is.
God?
No, one guy.
Who is that? Guy. Who's that?
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
He's going to be the guy.
I hope.
Save New York and revive this dreadfulness of a
You know what? I'm for some reason, and I don't know why. And Nico, find the questions in the comments, and we'll get to them in just a moment. I'm in a very giving mood right now. Here's what I've determined. As I'm just sitting here looking at your both of your beautiful faces, as he leans out in a completely heterosexual way, I think you're a very attractive looking guy. There's nothing wrong with that. I stand by that. I can find you to be attractive in a heterosexual way. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Nico, do you like the Knicks as well?
Yes, I do.
What I would like to do before the end of the calendar year is send you guys to a Knicks game together.
Let's go.
I would like to get you tickets and send you to a Knicks game. Is that something you guys would be interested in?
100%. 100%. Yeah.
But you'd have to go together.
Yeah.
And I know the backstory there. The relationship is not swimmingly well off the air. You guys will make it work?
Yeah, we don't like each other off the air. We have a beef.
Okay. All right. Do we have any questions, comments that we can bring to Dave Rothenberg's Giants obsession right now?
Yeah, a comment from Tony Kim coming up. Are Steve and Nico related, or am I asking stupid questions?
First of all, you look nothing alike.
Nothing.
Like I've never met two people. I've never met two people that look less alike than the two of you. Now, is there a chance that like you're 33rd cousins or something? I guess, but no, they're not related. That Tony Kim, in fact, that was a stupid question, right? It's fair to say that was a stupid question. What else? Do we have anything on the Giants that we can get to before we get to the are they related questions, please?
Yep. Tucker Dorf. Saints are 2-9 over the last 11. Both wins against the Giants. One at MetLife and one in Louisiana.
Right. That's just phenomenal. Yeah. So the Giants, they're bad. They're a bad football team, and this is what bad football teams do. And yeah, their last 2 wins are against the Giants. So that's awesome. That's a great comment. Thanks for bringing that. I'd rather talk about you guys being related. Are you sure? Are you sure that your parents never knew each other and that there's some kind of crossover there?
Definitely sure.
Great.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Mike Beauvais. Will the Giants trade for a wide receiver or bring
No.
someone up in the practice squad?
No. I mean, practice squad is possible. We've been through this 1,000 times. There is not some, hey, call 1-800-receiver and they'll deliver you T. Higgins next week. Steve, must you fix your hair as we're in the middle of
Dude, I
bringing you
got
on?
it. It's got to look good for
I
you.
mean,
Come
for
on.
dear God, we're sitting here. I bring you on camera for 90 seconds, and all of a sudden you're fixing your hair, and it turns into a salon. No, they're not making a move. There is no great receiver out there that's going to be available. It's not a possibility. This is what you got. And you know what? It's an interesting thing, and I want you guys to stand. Don't go away. It's an interesting topic because the Giants did this. Like Malik Neighbors was it. So Theo Johnson. It's Darius Slayton, it's Jalen Hyatt, it's Wan'Dale Robinson. They did nothing in the offseason to improve this core. Go to battle. It was bad last year. It's still bad this year, but we believe this year will be different. Why would it be different? Why would this year? It's the same offensive line. It's the same receiving core. We've probably downgraded in quarterback from Daniel Jones to Russell Wilson, but it's going to be different. Why? How is that even humanly possible that you would have a good outcome if that's the script that's written here? What else, Nico, do you have here?
We got from Bobby Bugs 82. It proved to me what I already thought. Jackson Dart has high possibility of being our future quarterback, but Brian Daboll and this coaching staff is not it.
I think that's very fair. I think that through 2 games, I've been really impressed with Jackson Dart. He's very athletic. Again, I know it's the Saints. I know they're not good, but I mean, I thought in stretches played really well yesterday. I mean, the second touchdown to Theo Johnson was on the inside. He hit the inside intentionally. He's obviously athletic. He tucks it and runs, picks up yardage with his legs, buys time. And again, he's a rookie quarterback. So there's times where he is unsure what to do, but that's growing pains. I mean, I know it's a different era and it's 20 years ago and you guys don't even remember this. When Eli Manning was, made his vaunted NFL debut, he was awful. There was a game in Baltimore, and you can look up the number. I thought he was going to die. I think his QBR, I'm not even kidding. Like, I was concerned for his well-being. I think his QBR in that game was 0.0. It was brutal. And the next week, and I think it was a short week. Isn't it amazing what I remember? It was a short week, and I think they played on a Saturday, nationally televised game, and it was Eli against Ben Roethlisberger, and the Steelers were good. I think they went 15-1 that year. But Eli went toe-to-toe with Roethlisberger, toe-to-toe, and the Giants lost that game. But in that moment, you watched and said, I think they got something here. And it got a little better as the season went on. And then the final game of the year, I think it was a Sunday night game. They beat the Cowboys at home. Inside handoff, Tiki Barber takes it to the house. Giants win. And then the next year, they win the division. So these are important reps that Jackson Dart is getting right now. And he's not doing it flush with talent. So I think there's something very optimistic to sit here and discuss with that. As far as Shane and Daboll, I mean, if you wind up going 3-14, I don't know how you could make look at you with your big jug of water there, huh? I don't know how you could make the case and you as well, to bring these guys back. I don't know how that's humanly possible. What else we got?
So we have one from KJ Jam. Who ends with more wins, the Jets or the Giants?
Well, the only reason I'll say the Jets is because the Jets schedule is that easy. Like, if you look at what they have, and Steve, I'm not giving you a hard time. Look at the Jets schedule. It's Carolina. It's Cincinnati.
Wrong, though.
I don't think I'll be wrong, because I don't see how the Giants win more than 3 games. The Jets still, you host Miami. Like, the Jets have some games that are high. The Giants are going to go 0-6 in division. Or the Giants have already lost to Washington. The Giants have lost to Dallas. The Giants have 2 with Philly. That'd be 4. And then you host Dallas and Washington. Odds are you're going to go 0-6. The Jets could. I'm not saying they will. They could get 1 or even 2 wins. The Jets are bad. I mean, there's 32 teams in the NFL. The Jets are the only one that doesn't have a win. That being said, the Jets, if they played the same teams from this moment to the rest of the season, I think the Giants are a better football team than the Jets. I think the Jets' schedule is a lot more forgiving. So I will say.
We had this conversation before the show, me and Steve, comparing the 2 different, Jets and Giants rosters, whatever. I think personally that the Giants have a better roster. They're just coaching is much worse. And Steve's under the impression that the Jets have the best player between the 2 and Garrett Wilson. And I don't know if I agree.
Now they might. They did. Malik Neighbors better than Garrett Wilson.
That's exactly what I said.
No, Steve, that's crazy talk.
I think that
No.
if you swapped roles, it's a different story.
No.
If you had Garrett Wilson with Jackson Dart,
Right.
with that
Like last year when you gave Malik Neighbors a Tommy DeVito and a pathetic Daniel Jones and Drew Lock, and he lit the world on fire. No. Listen, I think Garrett Wilson is excellent, a terrific receiver. He's not Malik Neighbors. Now, maybe that's different when Malik comes back from this injury. No. If fully healthy, the best player on either, and Brian Burns, you say best player, Brian Burns is playing at an unbelievable level as well. The Giants, both
Dexter
teams,
Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence, who's not, I don't think he's playing great and was sick all week leading up to this game. The reason that the Giants are so disappointing, and the Jets as well, is that they're not bereft of talent. Like you look at New Orleans, you're like, oh, that's a bad football team. There are teams in this league that you look at, the Titans are horrendous. The Titans, I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is really good, but that's a bad, brutally bad football team. The Jets have some talent. Like their offensive line should be pretty good, right? It should be. I mean, Breece Hall's a good running back. Garrett Wilson is a really good receiver. I mean, Quinnen Williams is a good player. Sauce is a good player. The Jets do have talent. The Giants do have. I know you're going to say Sauce, but he is a good football player.
There's times where he's playing really well.
I get it. He's up and down.
He's a skip, jump, and a hop away from being Deontay Banks at this point.
You say that. I don't know if you do it because you want to draw attention to yourself. If Deontay Banks was a 5th round pick, he'd be cut. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. If Deontay Banks was a 5th round pick, he would be looking for work right now. We were talking this morning on my radio show, and they're like, well, Deontay Banks, you know what he did well yesterday? He returned a kickoff is what he did well. The Giants secondary is an unmitigated disaster. So you had that awful Josh Allen take a couple weeks ago. Remember that?
Yeah.
That stupid take. You're like, oh, Josh Allen, he's not a big-time player, which was embarrassing for you. This is also embarrassing for you. That Sauce Gardner is a skip, jump, and a hop, or whatever it is you said, away from being Deontay Banks. That's do you want to walk that back?
I just want to read the comment. ML True Crime says, Dave, this is Nico every day of my life.
You know ML True Crime?
I do, yeah.
I mean, do you spout stupidity to ML True Crime as well?
Yes, apparently I do. Apparently I do it every day of my life.
What is this guy about? Is he like, are you a true crime fan? What is this guy?
It's my brother.
And he's into the forensics world? Why is he true crime?
He likes like documentaries and like
I
crime.
Also love that stuff.
He loves like crime.
I'm not kidding.
He'll watch a full-blown like murder trial for like a week straight on YouTube.
I watched a trial, but I just watched, they did 2 documentaries on David Berkowitz, the son of Sam.
Yep.
And I just watched the second one this past weekend. So
you have something in common then.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So I'm sorry that he has to deal with this continually.
Yeah.
Do you have any other comments you want to get to?
Yeah, one more. From Joseph Nava, why is Mike Kafka still calling the shots? It's annoying when they always bring up the help development Mahomes. Will Kafka be the first fall guy?
I don't know who's going to be the first fall guy, but I'll tell you what, if you remember, John Mara just specifically took the reins away from Brian Dable. By the way, leave that up because it cuts off your face and you're much more attractive looking when half your face is covered.
That's not what the soundbite says.
Well, it wasn't directed towards you.
It was towards Steve.
It was directed towards Steve.
Yeah.
Steve's a sexy beast. You, on the other hand, are not as attractive as Steve. No, but in all sincerity, do you think it makes a difference? I mean, what more is there for Brian Dable to do? Like, what other chips does he have to play? He has called plays. Then it was taken away from him. And John Mara's directive was, I want Mike Kafka calling plays. All right, so this is what you got. Now, if Brian Dable went back and started calling plays, you think it looks a lot different? I would say that's pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
Pretty unlikely. All right. We good?
We're good.
All right. Now this is great. The Eagles. We turn our attention to the Eagles. So it's like a Stephen King novel, right? We're just like Cat's Eye, or one of those just like, I don't know, the gruesome Stephen King tales where you look at the Eagles and you're horrified by it. So the Eagles offense. So it's Jalen Hurts, and I've said this numerous times. I don't think he's elite, but he's a winner. And what he's able to do athletically is certainly a massive concern. Saquon's going to, you can write it down. Saquon's going to have 25 carries. He's going to have 5 catches. Like, I don't know what his individual player and prop number is. Go over it. It's going to be higher than you could possibly imagine as far as touches. I mean, look at the weapons they have. And I know their offense is not great, and a good defense can slow them down, i.e., Denver. And their offensive line is not as great as it was last year. And they missed Mekhi Becton. And Landon Dickerson went out yesterday with a knee injury. But it's A.J. Brown. It's Devontae Smith. It's Dallas Goedert. It's Saquon Barkley. It's Jalen Hurts. So you pick your poison. You want to shut down the running game? Fine. They'll throw the ball all over you. You want to shut down the passing game? Fine. They'll run down your throat. So it's a really, really tough situation. The good news is the Eagles defense would be the good news. So flip it over to the Eagles defense. And that's also a terrifying proposition because the Eagles defensively, their secondary is really good, right? Somehow the Eagles can revamp their secondary as they're in the midst of being one of the better football teams in the league, and they add Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell and Reed Blankenship, and they just on the fly they fix things. But the Giants can't fix the secondary for years. But they invest a first-round pick in Deonte Banks, and they invest a second-round pick in Tyler Nubin, and they invest I forget what round it was, but Drew Phillips was a fairly high pick, might have been round 3 or 4, and they spent a lot of money on Paulson Adebo, and it doesn't make a difference. The Giants secondary still is an unmitigated disaster. So that's where we are as far as the opposition this week. Quick turnaround, and you might even say, well, at least the opposition has to come from California and fly across the country and deal with the time zone change. No. The opposition this week for the Giants comes from about an hour and a half away down the turnpike in Philadelphia. They'll come with a police escort and they'll zip down to Giant Stadium in 90 minutes on Thursday afternoon. All right. So we've been through comments. If there's any more, Nico, Steve, you can pop on and throw them my way. But let's look at my locks of the week. Now, for some reason, the executive producer of this program put 3-0. I did not go 3-0. It looked like I might go 3-0. I went 2-1. I'll take 2-1. My only summation of why Joe, who's the EP and is a friend and a colleague and is an elite worker, my only rationale behind why he thought I went 3-0 is he had sun poisoning because he spent like the last 5 days in Cabo, and now he's back. And now this is what we do. See, like Nico and I and Steve and I, we're here. We're grinding. We're grinding. We're here. Our fingers. Last night, we had blood. The work we do is so difficult. Blood dripping off the fingers. And Joe's sipping Mai Tais at the pool. But I do believe he was on his phone. He was watching Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession. He was watching his. Yeah, that's good. He's like, excuse me, madam. Could you give me a rub down as he's watching the Obsession? All right, bring back my locks review. We did not, Joe, go 3-0. In fact, we went 2-1 this week. All right, Cowboys minus 2.5. I mean, you talk about a layup. I thought the Cowboys would win. I didn't think the Cowboys would win like that. They embarrassed the Jets. They absolutely embarrassed the Jets. So that's one. It goes to 1-0. Then you had the Broncos also at 1 o'clock, 2-0. Broncos plus 3.5. And it didn't look great. Down 17-3, come storming back, 17-10, touchdown, 2-point conversion, 18-17, field goal, easy peasy, 21-17 is your final. And then the Chargers. You say, boy, Dave's going to go 3-0. Take the Chargers, minus the 2.5. They're up 10-0. They're driving. Quentin Johnson, he fumbles the football away. Okay. Washington gets the ball. Washington gets stopped. Washington punts it. Ladd McConkey fields the punt. Takes it to the house, 16-0. This is going to be a blowout. No, they roughed the punter. First down, game changed on a dime. From that moment on, 27-10, Washington easily wins that game. So we go 2-1. But as you can tell with our Italian flag, we improved to 6-9 on the season. And we're playing the long game. We're not playing the short game. We're playing the long game. All right, follow us. Again, Instagram, TikTok, at DR Giants Obsession. On Twitter, at DRNYGO. Spotify, Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession. YouTube, we have our channel, Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession. Like it, subscribe to it. We welcome interaction. We want you guys. Before we get to the Fixins and the NFC East Standings, Nico, you were mumbling something to me before the show about Twitter and make it interactive and all this kind of stuff. Pop on the screen for me, would you? To be honest, I was half paying attention to you and half not paying attention to you. So can you repeat what you said to me for all the people that are watching this right now?
Yeah, so on we're kind of aiming for a Friday segment, having Twitter comments, kind of like what we do already for the live stream, but you can do it throughout the week on our Twitter posts. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
At
DRNYGO.
Yep.
Oh, I'm down with that, right?
DRNYGO. Follow us on Twitter. Leave comments on our post. Me and Steve are going to go through them throughout the week and pick kind of our favorite comments. Intriguing could be comments, questions, statements, whatever you want.
I love it.
And we're going to have a little segment dedicated to that on Friday.
So it'll be a Twitter only. That's the only way you can get involved in this segment is only on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
And that's DRNYGO.
DRNYGO. Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to comb through these thousands of comments and questions and everything on Twitter, come up with the best, maybe like a 3-pack.
Yeah.
Every week, or a 6-pack, whatever you determine, and then we bust those questions.
Yeah, we'll make a little collection of all of our favorite comments of the week, and we'll throw you up on screen. You'll see your @ on there, and a little bit of a shout out for us.
So you'll get a little public notoriety.
Absolutely,
that's nice. Where are we with our YouTube subscribers? We started the show at 1329. We gained 1 to boost up to 1330. That's where we still are.
1330.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Baby steps. All right.
Baby steps.
Any comments, any questions, or we're getting back to the content of the show?
We could continue with the content.
Okay. All right. So let's go to my fixins. How do we fix this? Pop up that graphic and away we go with this. Dave's fixins. What needs to be fixed? Well, it's loading. It's loading. It's loading. Oh boy, this is the beauty. There we go. Why do I look like a madman in the? Is that what you guys think of me? You think of me as like a we just talked about true crime. Is this what you think of me as, like some kind of a lunatic? I mean, I'm a family man, for God's sakes. Anyhow, fixins, week 5. You got to fix the turnovers. I think it goes without saying. I don't know, but I would almost be willing to bet money you could count on one hand how many teams have been -5 in the turnover battle and won the football game. -5. And you were right there. That's the thing. You were -3, and you were going in to take the lead, is how much better you were than the Saints, but it got away. The secondary. It looks like Keystone Cops in the secondary with this team. Like, if they break up a pass before you could even turn to the person you're watching the game with and say, hey, that was a really good play, you look for the penalty flag. And Adebo and Drew Phillips and Deonte Banks, they're committing penalties at a very high rate. And we talked about it last week. And that's the pass rush. And the pass rush was good against the Chargers. And the pass rush yesterday against Spencer Rattler and the Saints was awful. They got to him no times. Me, Joe, Nico, and Steve, this fearsome foursome in these studios got to Spencer Rattler the same amount of times as the Giants pass rush. And that is a big, fat 0. So those things have to be fixed. And have to be fixed quickly. NFC East standings. So here we are again, and you can start at the bottom, and starting at the bottom is the New York Football Giants. They're 1-4, and here's the thing. This division, because the Cowboys have now kind of righted the ship, right? They beat the Giants. They tied the Packers. They win yesterday against the Jets. So this Cowboys laughing, oh, they're so bad, and all-time epically disaster of a defense. They're 500 through 5 games. So you got the Giants at 1-4, and they're going to finish in last, and we know that. You have the Cowboys at 2-1, and for their troubles, they get the Panthers this week in what should be a win, and they should go to 3-2-1. You get the Commanders. That's a big-time win. Jane Daniels missed the last 2 weeks. He looked a little bit rusty to start that game, and then he turned it on, and they go win that game going away 27-10. Commanders 3-2. And then you get the Eagles, and I know they had the hiccup yesterday, but they're still, like you saw earlier with our Mount Rushmore, clearly one of the best teams in the NFL. So that's the NFC East standings. Giants are in last. Giants will finish in last. And you just hope to God that the last place schedule for next year is easy than the last place schedule for this year. So, here we are again. We're 1-4. Quite frankly, there's very little hope to have much hope at all. But because you're a fan, you will continue to sit here and watch this team and watch this show and be nauseated and have hope via Jackson Dart, because that's really what it is right now, right? You know they're not going to the postseason. You know they're not going to win 7 games. You sit here every Sunday or Thursday or whenever and watch the Giants with the thought of, I hope from week 1 to week 17, I can see an improvement in Jackson Dart, and that this quarterback at the end of the regular season, you can turn to your buddy and say, we have our answer at quarterback. Because I don't think we have the answer at GM. It doesn't feel like we have the answer at head coach. Certainly the wide receivers are not the answer. I'd like to see the front 4 continue to improve. I'd like to see more from Abdul Carter. But really, this comes down to, what do you have at quarterback? And can you not screw this kid up before you're probably looking for a new regime? So that's it. Again, Instagram, TikTok, at DR Giants Obsession, Twitter, at DRNYGO. And you heard from Nico firsthand. We're going to launch a new kind of segment on Friday with all the Twitter interaction. Spotify, Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession. Same on YouTube. Like us, subscribe to us. We are here, and we want your interaction. We'll be back Wednesday, 1 o'clock, with another edition of Dave Rothenberg's Giants Obsession. So if you like that live stream, check out this video or the other live streams. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.